Hello everyone, a good evening to you all. Thank you so much for tuning into the Oil Talk. In studio with you today is Mubeezi Margie Faith, and I'm here with my colleague Bridget Atuhaire. Years ago, Uganda discovered petroleum, which as we all know is the world's biggest energy resource.
Truly.
So ideally, this should mean a lot of opportunities to Ugandans. So if we handle this resource effectively, surely Ugandans have a lot to tap into. So Bridget, will you help us understand what does the oil and gas sector mean to Ugandans?
Oil and gas sector presents huge opportunities to Ugandans in terms of employment, two, in terms of market for goods and services. These services can be in terms of transport, accommodation, human resource, even the locally available construction materials, even drilling materials for the site. So Ugandans need to tap these services, need to build their expertise to actually support themselves in this period of development before production proceeds.
I know very many Ugandans would really love to be a part of this sector. I, for one, would love to be a part of this sector. I know very many young people out there who would love to be a part of the whole sector. I know human resource people, I know people in finance, I know people in engineering disciplines. All these people would love to tap into this sector. So how do you think an average Ugandan who would love to tap into this potential, how can they get in? And what does this exactly mean as far as employment is concerned?
Yeah, first of all, I need to appreciate the government. It has really set the institutions to regulate the industry. That is, it has really instituted the authorities, that is Petroleum Authority of Uganda, to regulate the authority, the Uganda National Oil Company also to participate in the oil sector, and also it has supported the existing institutions, that is Makerere University, in terms of research and development, providing them with materials and machines to enable students to do their research and development in terms of oil and gas sector. Also, it has set the Uganda Petroleum Institute, Kigumba, to equip these students with skills, that is welding, that is also these people who do driving, because our sector is very sensitive in terms of skills and experts. So the government has taken its time to build the skills, to build the expertise needed for the industry. So we need to appreciate the government. Also now this Ugandan who has skills in finance, that is also human resource, because previously we said that Ugandans can participate in human resource management. So I would advise that you said that normal Ugandan to get to know the standards needed for the industry. And also the government has put in place a various policies to guide them in their activities. So these Ugandans need to know these policies, need to understand them, so that by the time the industry reaches production stage, these people know what they have for the industry.
I also need to applaud many institutions which are out there which are skilling Ugandans in more ways. Many universities in Uganda are offering courses in oil and gas. So if you are there and you'd like to be a part of the active part of the oil and gas industry, try out universities like Makerere University, Chambogo University, St. Augustine University, Nkumba University. I know Victoria University, there are very many universities out there which have a place for you in case you'd really love to study a course in petroleum.
Truly.
Also, I would like to advise you, there is something that is called the National Talent Database, National Talent Registry,
Yes.
something along those lines. I would advise you, please go and register, because this is one of the systems through which the ministry is going to use to identify people who can work in the oil and gas industry.
Yeah.
So go update your profile, make sure your profile is intact, so that when an opportunity presents itself, they can easily notice you and find you out very fast.
Because we really explained, it's going to present huge opportunities. So we need these Ugandans to register, because the ministry is going to follow this register to employ these Ugandans. So you need to go and update your profile. If you had already the experience, you know, it is also important to present your skills. You've taken 8 years in human resource management. So it's important, go and update your profile on the register so that we have our profile updated there.
Also, allow me to applaud the IOCs, or rather international oil companies which are operating in Uganda today.
Yes.
Companies like Total, Sinok, Ama Energy, tallow oil, and many others, to mention but a few. These companies have gone ahead to do their best to scale Ugandans.
Yes.
They are offering scholarship opportunities. They are training and scaling Ugandans. They are calling upon Ugandans who would love to be a part of the sector to be trained. So we need to applaud them. Moving on, you also spoke about how the oil and gas sector will present market opportunities for Ugandans. What do you mean? How exactly are Ugandans going to have a chance to market their commodities and services in that sector?
Fine. Thank you. We need to appreciate the government, truly, because it has gazetted, it has fenced certain services specifically for Ugandans.
Wow.
So we need to appreciate the government first, because it has helped Ugandans to get certain services for themselves. So it means it's going to be a big opportunity for Ugandans.
So what are some of these things that the government has gazetted only for Ugandans?
Yeah, accommodation, hotels. They are specifically for Ugandans.
What else?
Hotels, transport, logistic provision, specifically for Ugandans. Even the local available construction materials, specifically for Ugandans. They first see whether they are available, so that before they proceed to export from outside, they have to first evaluate
Look in the market.
Yeah, in the
if
market.
the products are here, then let us use our products.
Yeah, truly.
I've also heard of things like security,
Yes.
sand,
Yes.
what else?
Car hire, because they
They
don't
have-
go, truly. So we have cars available. Why would they go outside for the other cars? So they have to use the cars available. So how we advise Ugandan, first, let them partner with these existing IOCs, the international operating companies available. Let them partner with them, have joint ventures with them, so that they help themselves to skill themselves in terms of standards, to get to know what they need, so that they can provide certain services for Ugandans, for the industry. So the other thing they have to do is increase on their expertise. Now they
That's
should
very
start
important.
skilling their workers right now in terms of skills. And actually there is the Stanbic incubator for Uganda CMCs, the small and medium enterprises. They are now skilling Ugandans. Even there's another field for the farmers. We've not forgotten that also. The agriculture.
Because we need food.
We need food. These guys are going to camp there, Hoima. So they have to be provided with food. So these Ugandans need to know which standards do they need actually from the starting of their plantations actually to production. They need to know their standards so that they are able to provide these services.
Yeah, I think I also need to highlight, I've heard of the National Supply Database.
Truly, yes.
The Minister of Energy, her Honorable Irene Moloni, she has really put out a call out there requesting Ugandans, if you would like to supply to the oil and gas industry, if you would like your company to be contracted, please go register with the National Supply Database. This is online. You just have to go and put your company, what it would like to do. The good thing about this is that it presents an opportunity for you who would like to supply. They'll also be able to tell you what you need to put in place. They'll tell you about the health, the HSEQ procedures, that's the health, safety, environment, and the quality that you need to fulfill. But I've also heard of about companies which have been able to earn themselves joint ventures with international companies. And these companies will train you, they'll skill you, because what's happening is that they are going to prioritize Ugandan companies. So if a company, let's say, is in Australia and would like to participate in Uganda, it needs a link in Uganda or a company to partner with. That way it can be recognized as a Ugandan company. That creates a lot of opportunities for you. So
on that point, you see, when you make a joint venture, you not only open up opportunities for yourself here, but also outside.
yes.
Yes, so they will call you because now they know you have the necessary skills, you have the necessary expertise, you can provide because of the partnership you have with the
With
other
the
international
international companies.
You can also expand your employment beyond Uganda. So it's necessary for you to partner with these international companies.
Okay, thank you so much. I also need to add something. The oil and gas sector is huge. It's bigger than us. It's bigger than me and you. It's bigger than your children, your grandchildren, your great-grandchildren. The list goes on and on. This is something which can impact an economy for generations, centuries, and we don't know how long. So it's something which is very sensitive, and you cannot just go ahead and leave it in the hands of the people who would like to be a part. You have a say in this sector, and you need to rise up your hand, stand up to the occasion, and make sure you're impacted by this sector. And it doesn't only mean what we've spoken about. The oil and gas sector opportunities are very many. For example, there are going to be oil cities.
Yeah, truly.
These, if you're coming from Hoima, hello, if you go back 50 years later, even if you're going back, not even 50, 20 years from now, you'll be walking into a city which has an airport, you know. I think some of these things would not have been there if it wasn't for the oil and gas sector. Let's really appreciate the oil and gas sector.
Yeah.
It has a lot its meaning to us Ugandans.
Yeah, and Ugandans need to use this period before the FID is signed.
The FID is?
The final investment decision.
Thank you.
So before it is signed, let them skill themselves. Let them use this period, because when they wait for production to start,
It will be late.
Yeah, it will be late. So let's start it now. Let's skill ourselves right now. Let's make joint partners with international companies right now. Let's expand our market. Let's even improve our standards of production right now, so that we are able to tap into these opportunities and actually expand our wealth to our further generation.
The oil and gas sector means a lot. So we could go on and on and on. We have a lot of information to tell you about. The oil and gas sector is just getting started, literally, because we have over 25 years of oil in the country. And then besides, there is actually life after the oil and gas sector. So make sure you tune in weekly for the oil talk, because we have a lot of topics to talk about. We have a lot of information to feed you on. So make sure you don't miss weekly. We shall be having the oil talk here, and may the Almighty God bless you.